Welcome back, folks, to another rebuild. We're at Scotland, and due to a couple of requests, Hearts is the team that we will be taking on the challenge this rebuild. It didn't seem that long ago since I last did Hearts. It feels like I've already done it in FM24 very, very early on. However, now with the updated database, which takes into account all the transfers and ups and downs, this can be found on the website on fmscout.com, and I think it's been edited by Notorious Pro and various other people as well. So yeah, check out the website, download the database as well, and it does do all the updates for you, so there'll be no transfers straight off the bat in the first season. However, Hearts, on the other hand, now I don't recall them being this bad when I last did them. They're currently lying bottom of the Scottish Premiership. 2 points, no wins so far, and they recently just lost to Aberdeen, who are having a phenomenal season so far. As the time of recording, they've just come off the back of losing to Aberdeen 3-2, and I do believe they were 2-1 up or maybe 2-0 up in that game. So yeah, not going well for them currently, but 15 goals conceded at 2 a game, and not even 1 a game scoring. So yeah, they are in a little bit of a bother. So this is where we're going to step in, and we're going to help them back to the top 3, because I think they are predicted to finish at 3rd as well, which is quite remarkable considering where they've literally fallen flat on the faces this season. So yeah, let's have a look and see what we have got for us. Predicted 3rd, I was right. Oh dear. That's not going to happen this season for them, is it, really, to be fair? They have got a transfer budget, but like I say, there is going to be no transfers in the first season. But they have got 4 Premiership wins, the last one being in 1960. We want to replicate that, and obviously we want to give them a trophy as well. Split the duo of Rangers and Celtic at the top, and currently Aberdeen. Apparently, they've come from nowhere. They've also got a couple of Scottish Cups, the last one being in 2012, so that's quite recent. Bear it being only 12 years ago. The Viaplay Cup in 63 and the Cinch Championship in 21. So we're more interested in these cups here. This is their favoured formation, which I'm quite happy with. I don't think there'll be much changes there, I don't think. And Budge. She's a chairperson. She wants us to sign players under the age of 22 for the future. That's all well and good, providing you give us the cash to do that. Develop players using the youth system. Well, hopefully we've got some corkers. Work within the budget. It's a gimme. So at the end of the current season, they want us to qualify for the Europa League, reach the latter stages of the Scottish Cup, be competitive in the Europa League, and reach the latter stages of the Viaplay. So they want us to compete. Maybe somebody should have told them that this season in real life. So these are currently all the transfers in and out as of the 1st of October, I believe, when this was updated. Only paying 200,000 for one player, Frankie Kent from Peterborough. Wow, okay, he's 27 years old, defender. Wow, he looks okay, I think. They do sell a few players as well, a lot on free, on loan. And Firth did pay 130,000 for Orestes. Who's he then? German. Looks pretty good, actually, to be fair. Only 25 years old as well. Financially, they've got 4.5 in the bank, and like I said, they have got a budget, but we're not going to be using that. Debts, none whatsoever. Wow, okay. Have they recently been bought out? Does anybody know? I mean, that would count for that. Wow, okay. Got a little bit of wiggle room in the wages budget as well. So if any renewals need doing, we'll get them done first thing. Staffing wise, yeah, we'll get that sorted as well. I mean, under average for everything virtually. Well, they have got a good analysing data recruitment team, so that's good. Above average there, so that's not too bad. Medical staff, yeah, we need help there as well. So straight into the squad. So they want us to sign 22 and under. So let's start off with what they got age-wise. Craig Gordon, wow, he's still there, is he? 40 years old. How does he look, actually? You know what? That's not bad, you know. I don't know if he's dropping off yet or not, but he might get another season. We've got Jamie McDonald, 37-year-old goalkeeper. Yeah, we're going to have to do something about goalkeepers, because there is Fulton. Looks like Craig Gordon's going to have another season. He has got 2 years left on his contract, which is quite amazing. But 4 players, 30 and over. 3 goalkeepers as well in that as well. So yeah, that's crazy. If we have a look at the other side of the spectrum, they have got a lot of high potential players though, so that's kind of good. Kenneth Vargas, Costa Rican. I'm hoping he can develop, so that'd be quite good. Maybe that's what they're doing this season, playing all the youngsters. Maybe that's why they're bottom of the table, possibly. Malaki Boateng, again another decent player. Ball winning midfielder. Lovely stuff. Defensive midfielder as well. They have got some fairly young players, so that goes with what they want us to do. But if we go by ability, see what we have got. So we've got Shankland, a cam or striker. He can finish. Physicals aren't brilliant, but he is classed as a poacher though. Craig Gordon we've just seen. Blair Spittle, 27 years old. Attacking midfielder. Doesn't look too bad. I've definitely got a side here. Craig Halkett, not bad for a defender, 28 years old. Frankie Kent, 27, good stuff, another defender. Yeah, I'm more interested in these high rated players. Boateng in particular, and Nielsen as well. What? He's out on loan. Okay, he'll come back and then slot straight into the team, I would have thought, if he does improve a fair bit. So they want us to develop from our youth team as well. So let's have a quick look at the B team, see what we have got to play with. So highest potential, we've got Macaulay Tate, midfielder. Okay, not too bad. He could do with a couple of loan spells, like majority of these. He is 17 years old, like Bobby McLucky as well. Another highly rated player. Okay, still a long way to go. What about our under 18s? Same thing here as well. 16-year-olds Matthew Gillies, defender. Yeah, a long way to go. He is 16 years old though, to be fair. So let's go and put this into some sort of formation and see what we've got. So we've locked a couple of players in. Vargas, he's 20 years old, I think he is. 21 actually. We're locking him in as a right midfielder. He's got bags of potential. I just want to see what he can do this season. He's pretty young, and we've got quite a few players that can play on that side anyway. But the reason I'm locking him in is because he will vanish from there when we pick the best 11. Boateng is another player. Again, 21 years old, bags of potential. Again, I want to see what he can do. He can play midfield or DM, but as we're playing 2 DMs, we'll take it from there. If anything, we may have to push him up in the next season, but we'll see how this season unfolds. So if we pick our best 11, Spittle comes in on the right hand side, Devlin comes in, and Boateng actually goes to the left hand side actually. That might be his preferred position, so maybe I might move him there and Devlin out on the end position there. But we'll see how it goes, and who knows, it could be a good move for us if we do that. As you can see, I'm using a formation from when we did Union Berlin. We have got another one, but I just want to see how this first season goes, and if it does work, we can tweak it and then put our own stamp on it. It was pretty successful with Union Berlin, but Hearts are in dire need of some help here. So far, results haven't been that bad. We lost our first game against St Mirren, disappointingly 2-0, and then we drew with Kilmarnock, and we also drew with Celtic, which was quite a good result, actually, to be fair, especially away from home. The Europa League, we did play Krivbas. We beat them 5-1 over the 2 legs, so we're into the Europa League proper, and also we're through to the next round of the Viaplay Cup third round now, after beating Wraith 2-0. So the last few games haven't been too bad, and we've not conceded that many goals, which is pretty decent. We're currently lying second from bottom, which is not ideal. I'm hoping we can shift away from that pretty quick. We've got Dynamo PSV and Hoffenheim in the Europa League, and we've drawn Dundee in the next round of the Viaplay Cup. So let's get on with our first season. Let's survive first, but definitely away from this bottom half, because we don't want that at all. Well, that kind of went to plan. 5 points off second place Rangers and 23 points off Celtic, who literally ran away with the league. Wow, okay, I mean, this is a lot better than I expected. I wanted to finish in the top half, which would have been amazing, but to finish in third position as well, what a phenomenal result that is. And we lost less games than Rangers as well, despite finishing 5 points behind them. We scored 76 goals and 35. Considering our formation is quite defensive-ish, that's pretty good. And Shankland finishes as top goal scorer as well. Oh my god, that is absolutely fantastic stuff, that is. I can't believe it. I mean, he's the only one that's actually got onto the top 3 for anything, but wow, 21 goals in a very good season as well. well. That's phenomenal. Competition-wise, I think we've done pretty well in all competitions. But if we start off with the Europa League, we finished in 3rd position. And I'm disappointed, I'm not going to lie. We only beat Dinamo 5-1. And we must have drawn 3 games, possibly. 3 games we drew, including Dinamo, PSV and Hoffenheim, and we did lose to the top 2. It's unfortunate. They were pretty close though, pretty close calls. I mean, level on points with Hoffenheim, but they just had a better head-to-head, even though we had a better goal difference than them. That has to change. That's just so unfair. But we do fall into the Conference League where we get beaten by Heidenheim 3-2 over the 2 legs after a 1-1 draw in the first one. Fenerbahce go through. Chelsea are in that competition as well, and Fiorentina. Do we get to the round of 16? Wow, we beat Austria Vienna 7-3 over the 2 legs. I don't think... Oh, we got into the knockout round, so we went straight into the knockouts. Beating Steaua Bucharest 3-0 over the 2 legs. So we did have some good competition wins in there. I would have liked to have got through a little bit further though. We would have played Fenerbahce. I mean, they did smash them 4-1, and the final being won by Chelsea. Yeah, only just on penalties. The Scottish Cup, we got knocked up by Ross County, even though I think we beat them in the first game of the season as well. And we lost 3-2 in that. I'm disappointed. I expected to go a bit further in there. And the Viaplay, we lost to Dundee in the quarters 3-2. Again, disappointing. I think both games were at home as well, so to not go through domestically to the latter stages, very, very disappointed. However, we do finish in 3rd position in the league, which is fantastic stuff. Our squad, how did they fare? So the 2 players were locked in. Boateng 10 and 6, that's not too bad. He's grown a little bit. Vargas as well, 3 and 8. It's not brilliant again, but Gordon 49 conceded in 49 games, 13 clean sheets. Again, not bad at all. Clark did have a few games, 7 conceded in 6 with 2 clean sheets. So goals 29 for Shankland then overall. Danda 20 goals, 18 for McKay. Boateng comes in with 10. Yeah, so 4 players on double figures. That's really good as well. And 15 assists for Spittle, who obviously played out on the right hand side. And Penreese 12 as well. I mean, that is really, really good. Penreese, did he play left back, I wonder? I'm wondering if I bet he did left back. All right, but even so, 12 assists. Didn't score any goals, man, but he did get 12 assists. That's pretty good. It's a good standing going forward into the next season. But only remains to be seen what finances are going to be giving us. Wow, okay, 10 million. That is pretty good. All that remains now is to spend this money and improve our side. So before spending our transfer money, which was quite a lot to be fair, we can go through the outs first. There's only a couple of first teamers that have really gone, well, say first teamers, but first team squad players. We lose Denholm. Vargas goes out on loan. He had a good season, but I think he can do better. And by going to QPR, in which we've done a deal where he's a regular starter, I think it'll help him. Hopefully he'll come back and probably replace Spittle on that right-hand side. And we also lose Harry Stone as well. He goes to Swansea. From Blackpool for 2 million. Andy Lyons, right back, left back. He can play wing backs as well. Quite versatile, useful on either side. I think mainly for the right-hand side because we did have a player on loan. He's now gone, so we had to bring somebody else in, but stats wise it looks pretty good. Physicals look nice actually. Pace and acceleration not brilliant, but it'll do for this level I feel, and it just help us progress that little bit further, even if it is to try and separate the top 2. From Brentford for 1.5 million, Ellery Belcom, goalkeeper, again a young player with bits of potential. We couldn't get really the top end goalkeepers. Money's an issue. £10 million will not go that far. However, I think for a sweeper keeper, again, looks pretty decent. Some of his stats look really nice. Majority of him in double figures. He's got good jump and reach. Aerial reach, I'm a little bit concerned. Has he got small arms? I don't know. He can only hit a 12, especially when his jumping reach is very high. So, yeah, maybe he jumps up and heads the ball. I don't know. What's his heading like? It doesn't say, obviously. Reflexes and one-on-ones isn't too bad, but he is currently better than Clark. So I think we're going to go with him this season. Hopefully we'll find another goalkeeper, if not better, along the way. We go to Lincoln for the next player, 2.6 million. Ethan Erhan, I think it's pronounced. I'm not quite sure. Midfielder, defensive midfielder, actually. Again, lots of potential. He's only 23 years old. If you can find somebody better later on in the rebuild, then brilliant. But I think him alongside Devlin as well in the midfield, and we have got Benny as well and Boateng. We've got a pretty good lineup for that midfield at the moment, and they did really well last season. I'm hoping we can elevate ourselves to go that little bit further. And finally, for 6.5, Lewis Binks, central defender, again, young player, bags of potential, and his stats are going up as well. So I think he's improved an awful lot since coming here as well, actually. Easily our best centre-back option at the moment, but he can play alongside Kent, Rolls, Halkett as well, Kingsley. Even Boateng can even drop back if need be. But we're pretty solid and covered there at the moment. So we have just adjusted a couple of things. We've got a complete wing back now on the right hand side through Lions. We're going to have 2 central defenders, and I think we've just switched them over. Ball winning on support as opposed to, I think it was defence last time. And defensive midfielder, we've stuck him on defence duties. If we pick our best 11, Devlin and Ethan are situated there. Vargas is actually there. I thought he was on loan, actually, to be honest. Yeah, he's on loan. So our best 11 doesn't really... Yeah, I'm not sure why he's in there. He shouldn't be in there, to be honest. Spittle should be in there, to be fair. But yeah, if Vargas was in, he would be there. But I think he needs to go out on loan, of which he has done. Everything is as it was before. Apart from the defence, there's no Binks in there, so that's why we've locked him in as well. So far, so good. That is a beautiful sight. I absolutely love that, considering we've even played Celtic in there as well. So the friendlies were quite good. We didn't concede that many. We're getting used to the formation, the different roles. We played Celtic. We win that 2-1. Shankland and Leons scoring in that. Ross County will win 2-1 as well. Shankland with a brace. The Viaplay Cup, we beat Partick Thistle 4-0. I don't think Shankland played in that. Well, he did. He didn't score, bizarrely. Basel in the Europa League playoffs, we thrashed them at 7-2 over the 2 legs. We drew with Dundee 0-0, and then we beat Kilmarnock 3-0. Shankland getting back to scoring, and Spittles back in the team with a brace. So the Europa League, we have been drawn against Astana, Crystal Palace. Wow, okay, that's different. Porto, Dinamo, Utrecht, Ferencváros, BRG, I think that's Braga actually, and Young Boys. I think that's it. We're currently top of the table, would you believe? That is phenomenal. If we could stay like that, I'd be so much over the moon. Celtic, that one loss to us, that's really hurt them. And Rangers further down in 5th. They're 5 points behind, so hopefully we can keep at least the lead above one of them, but we'll see how far ahead we finish if we manage to do that. So if we manage to win the league from this position, wow, we'll stop the rebuild. The Europa League, it looks like we are predicted to finish around about 30th, which I don't think so. But then again, we have got Chelsea, Juventus, Porto, Ajax again. Yeah, Rangers are in here this time. They're 8th prediction. Lyon, AZ, Spurs. It's going to be tough to get to the latter stages, I think, in that. And we've drawn Falkirk in the next round of the Viaplay Cup as well. So let's jump into season 2 and let's see if we can improve on last season and break the top 2 up. So it appears we may have had a disappointing season. We finished in 4th position, a lot worse off than last season where we finished 3rd and not that far behind 2nd, at least anyway. Become undone this season, I feel. Whether or not we got the right players in, I don't know, or the right positions. It just hasn't worked out, unfortunately. We lost 13 games this season and only a plus goal difference of 1. That's poor, and we had 3 losses in the last 5 games as well, which is a very, very disappointing. Maybe have to rethink the formation possibly, or go all out in and get one player that's near enough to a superstar that we can get. However, Celtic just run away with it. 10 points ahead of Rangers in 2nd. I mean, that's just crazy. And we're 30 points further behind them as well. Ethan does get most assists though for the league, so that's pretty good. And Devlin, well, he hasn't got the most yellow cards, so that's in the right direction as well. In the Europa League, we get knocked out by Galatasaray 4-3 in the knockout playoff round, which means we qualified through the league phase at least anyway. We finished in the 11th position, which isn't too bad actually. Beating Young Boys, Braga, Ferencváros, Porto even, and Astana. We did draw with Palace. That's a good result actually. And we lost to Utrecht and Dinamo. We smashed Dinamo last season, I'm sure we did. And we seem to have struggled. We got battered by Dinamo in fact. Wow. Dinamo actually finished below us, I think. They didn't even qualify and we got battered by them. One of 2 games they win, and one of them was against us in emphatic fashion. Juventus and Valencia and Slavia Prague all go through unbeaten. Chelsea didn't even qualify through the top 8. Neither did Tottenham either, and Rangers, who went on to win the final. It was Spurs, in fact. Wow, okay. Beating Porto. So we beat the eventual finalists, the runners-up. It doesn't make sense at all. That's crazy. Okay, we'll give it to the Spurs, but yeah, Porto, I just don't know how that happened after we smashed them. The Scottish Cup, we did get knocked out in the quarterfinals. We lost to Ross County at home, in fact, as well. Good grief, it's not looking good for us at all, is it, really? The 5th round, we beat Partick Thistle. 4th, 1-0 against Arbroath. We're coming out the 3rd. No, we didn't, but eventual winners. Celtic, of course, that's the domestic double. But despite going out early stages of the competitions, we do get to the final of the Viaplay Cup and we go and win it. That's our first trophy of the rebuild, coming in the 2nd season. We win 3-1 thanks to goals from Mackay and Shankland. It's a trophy. I can't believe we've actually won one so early on, actually, especially with our league position. It's disappointing from that perspective and not progressing any further in the Europa League or the Scottish Cup. But to get to the final of a competition and go and win it in emphatic fashion in the end, poor Wraith didn't really have an answer for us. Ethan with a lovely cross to finish it all off, and then it's a Mackay there unmarked in the middle. A nice 3-1 victory. The semi-finals, we beat St Johnstone 3-1. Rangers go out there as well. And we beat Falkirk 3-2. Celtic must have got beaten earlier on then. Partick Thistle 4-0. Celtic lost on penalty to St Johnstone. But a trophy all the same. Fantastic. At least that's 1 out of 4 this season. So we can at least hold our heads up high. The squad-wise, 33 goals for Shankland. I mean, it's superb. It has to be said. He's 29 years old now. McKay's now 30, 15 and 5. 12 and 10 for Oda. Spittle 11 and 14, which is really good actually. 9 and 7 for Danda. Alan Forrest 8 and 3. Not much game time, but still putting in the effort though. Wow, that's still letting us know that he's around. But if we look at assists, 16 for Lions. Right back. That's exactly what I want our fullbacks to. And Ethan in the middle of the park as well. 14 assists. Spittle 14. 12 for Penrith on the left-hand side. Left back. Our 2 wing-backs have done really well. And 10 assists for Oda as well. We must have conceded one hell of a lot of goals though. That's the thing. 71 conceded by Balcom. Maybe he isn't the goalkeeper. Maybe he is. 13 clean sheets though. 13 conceded in 3 games for Clark. Wow. Don't think we'll be using him anytime soon. That's an awful lot of goals to concede. Not sure whether it was in the league or not, but that's a lot. Going into next season, we've been budget slashed by half. Yeah, we're going to kind of struggle to get anybody in, I think. I may have to go down the free transfer route, but it's whether or not we get anybody young to come in at that level. So the only person of note really leaving the club for £2.8 million was Malachi Boateng. He's gone to Spain to Burgos. 4 games he's played for him already. He did have some good couple of seasons with us, but not really established himself in the middle. Although he did play 36 games last season. I wasn't aware of that, so that's probably why we lost our midfield battles. Probably, I don't know. But he still looks pretty good, but to be fair, he's not going to get much game time now as we have got quite a few better players in here. We did manage to bring in a couple of freebies. The first person being Bento, a goalkeeper. Now, I wasn't really looking for a goalkeeper, but I brought up the free transfers list and wow, he was available. And not much money, 20 grand a week we are coughing up for him. However, he's a very good goalkeeper. Looks pretty decent. And he's from Saudi Arabia as well, so he's probably took a pay cut. I didn't even realise. So, but 4 games for us already, 4 clean sheets. That's how good he is. That's brilliant. And from Udinese to help Bento at the back, £3 million we've played for Soleil. Centre back again, another fantastic player. 6'4", pretty quickish. His physicals don't look that bad. He can head the ball as well, so I think everything I really need, really, just hoof that ball away. I don't care where it goes. Let's get it away. Let's play the simple. And let's challenge for that. At least try and get back into third spot and hopefully eventually break the top two up. Another freebie, we bring in a Malay Siler, 27 years old, can play cam, can play left wing as well and in the midfield if need be. Again, looks very, very good. I think he's almost reached his potential, but I'm sure there's some more in there. Dander can play there as well, Spittle. Quite a few players actually, to be fair, but I'm going to lock him into that position for this season, and hopefully Dander will go out on that left hand side, who he's going to be probably challenging with Vargas as well. And as you probably saw with the eagle eyes amongst you, we bring in Pablo Filipe, £1.5 million from Famalicão in Portugal. Probably butchered that name, I do apologise. But 2 games for us already, 2 goals, player of the match, 7.55, brilliant. If he can have the season like he did there, 22 goals, I would be ecstatic. We're going to stick him out on the left-hand side. We've got bags of potential as well still left in him. And to be perfectly honest, he can play on the right-hand side in it as well. So anywhere top half of the pitch. But we are locking him in on that left-hand side. He's only 21 years old as well, which is fantastic. So like I said, 2 players we're locking in, Siler and Filipe. So if we pick our best 11, Filipe goes to the right-hand side, Siler in the centre, Mackay on the left. And it looks pretty good, actually. This is probably the side I would pick anyway. Soleil and Binks at the back, Bento in goal. Yeah, perfect. Absolutely perfect. We do have an addition to the team as well, and that is in the name of Dylan Arthur, 16 years old, striker, looks very good. Pace and acceleration look fantastic. He's got pretty good finishing as well, worth up to 6.5. Bags the potential. I just want to try and give him some game time. We did give him some game time in the friendlies where he did score a goal, so I was hoping he'd maybe increase by a star by the end of the friendlies. He didn't, unfortunately, but hopefully he'll get some game time this season. At 16 years old, it's probably doubtful, but here's hoping. And I couldn't ask for a better start in the league and the Europa League as well. It's been a phenomenal run so far. Just a 1 loss in the friendlies to Shakhtar, and then we played in the Europa League second qualifying where we smashed Rakov 6-1. Then we played Ferrol Constanta. We beat them only just 1-0 in both legs, 2-0 overall. And then the Europa League playoff first and second leg against Zurich, where we beat them 3-1 at home and then a 1-1 draw away from home, which was phenomenal. So we do qualify for the Europa League, where we'll play Bilbao, Lyon, Real San Sebastian, Ferivar, we've got Karabag, Galatasaray, Antwerp and Firenze as well. The league, we've beaten Hamilton 3-0. We drew with Rangers, a cracking result. 4-0 against Dundee and 2-0 against St Mirren. And we're through to the next round of the Viaplay after beating Wraith 1-0 thanks to a Shankland goal after 44 minutes, of whom we now play Ross County in the quarterfinals. God, that seemed very quick. Quarterfinals already, fantastic. And we are defending that cup as well. We're lying second in the table, which is nice. 2 points off Celtic, who are 4 for 4 currently, after beating Motherwell, Hibs, Dundee United and St Mirren. Again, they haven't conceded a goal either, and neither have we, which is pretty good actually. And Rangers lying in 5th position, 2 points off. So let's delve into our 3rd season. Let's see if we can retain the Viaplay Cup, do better in the Scottish Cup, and see if we can get a little bit further in Europe at the same time. And more importantly, see if we can maintain, if not better, our 2nd spot. Season 3 sees us back up to 3rd position, still some way behind the top 2. We've closed the gap on Rangers, 12 points in. I'm not sure or can't remember what it was last season, but it was quite a bit. But Rangers and Celtic are proving a little bit too difficult to dislodge at the minute. So maybe we'll have another go at it this season. 3rd position, it's not bad. Europa League once again. Probably have to go through some sort of playoff more than likely. But our goal differences are a lot better as well, as you can see. 78 goals scored this time, 38 conceded, which is fantastic. 40 goal difference. That's brilliant. The top 3 now, and we're some way off. Aberdeen in 4th as well, so it's another 12 points ahead of them. 12 points behind Rangers and 10 points behind Celtic. So 22 points behind Celtic now. So it was around about 30 last season. So that's a massive improvement We only lost 9 games, winning 21 games this season. The 9 games, Celtic, Rangers, that's 3 games, Kilmarnock, Dundee. Games that we should really be winning, really, I feel. But we did take a battering against Hibs, though, 4-1, though. That's unfortunate. But yes, if we can turn some of them into wins next season, we might be a little bit closer. Maybe break up the duo at top. And would you look at that, Shankland gets the leading goal scorer, the golden boot for this season, and Philippe as well, his first season also on that left hand side. It's proved to be fruitful for us. So 2 players scoring no end of goals in the top 3. Penreese, Seiler and Oda leading assist makers. I mean, I haven't had that for a while either. Hearts players all there in the top 3. Bento gets most clean sheets in the season as well, despite finishing 3rd. That's probably helped us finish 3rd as well, actually, to be fair. And Devlin, most yellow cards. Always good to see. Competition-wise, there's no trophy. So we'll start off with the Viaplay. We were defending that. We got knocked out by Celtic in the semi-final. Only 2-1, though. That is really unfortunate. Dundee go on in the final, beating Livingston. And the Celtic probably win that. Yes, they do. So that's the domestic double for them. Rangers beat us in the 5th round of the Scottish Cup 4-1. That is a little bit of a battering. But the final, Celtic, domestic treble for them as well. Dundee in the final in that one as well. And then the Europa League. Again, we did point out some of these teams that we were going to get absolutely smashed or very difficult to get past. Manchester United beating us 5-2. We're just not ready for the big guns yet. But Galatasaray 7-0 against Ferencváros. I mean, wow, that's just crazy. Let's have a look at the league phase. I see where we did finish. We did finish in 17th. Not as good as last time, I don't think, but 4 wins. Firenze, Antwerp, Karabag and Ferencváros without conceding a goal as well. And a 1-1 draw Bilbao. But we did lose to Galatasaray, Real San Sebastian and Lyon. Probably expected. But again, close all by the odd goal. So 13 points, 5 off Ajax in 8th position, but it's Frankfurt that go all out. 8 for 8. Wow. Atalanta, Lyon, Wolfsburg, Bruges, Marseille, Rangers finish in 7th position, and Ajax. Manchester United finish in 9th. Who else? Any other bigger teams in there, really? Not really, to be fair. Rapid are down there just qualifying. Yeah, I think that is about it, I think. But the final, it was Bilbao playing Marseille. Well, I did not see that coming. 29 goals from Shankland, not as much as last season, but 29 goals all the same. 17 for Philippe overall, 14 for Oda, Seiler with 11, but 20 assists, which is phenomenal. And I'm just seeing down here, Penreese, 23 assists. That's crazy. And Leon's 11. We're still putting them in, which is phenomenal. And Bento, 24 clean sheets, 45 conceded in 51. And Bellicum, he did play 8 games, conceding 13 with 3 clean sheets. But that's phenomenal from Bento, though. 45 in 51. Sure, he's broken a record there. So awfully glad that we did bring him in. So we've got 2 decent goalkeepers for the rest of the rebuild, but we just need to rebuild on everything else. Just doesn't seem strong enough, unfortunately. However, Europa League next season. Let's see if we have been given any more money than 5. Ouch! Ouch, ouch, ouch. Wow. 2.5 million. I don't know what they expect us to do with that. I really don't. Looks like we're going to have to go into the free agents again. That is, yeah. I'm not sure what they expect us to do there. So let's see what we can do. Right then, despite having no money for transfers, we still managed to make a few. And that included getting offloading quite a few players as well. Xander Clark, he's gone to Partick Thistle for 20 grand. Tate's gone to Livingston, one of our youngsters actually, 500,000. So he must have had some potential. I couldn't see it personally. Frankie Kent, he's gone for 150 to Huddersfield, back to England. Banigimi, he's gone to Excelsior for 650,000. Fulton, another goalkeeper. Adrianian's gone to 15 grand. Musa, a striker, he wasn't getting any game time at all. He did have one good season where he appeared in 12 games, scoring 6 goals, which wasn't too bad, but he never really shifted Shankland's aside. He's gone for 30k, and Shankland himself has gone to Anderlecht for up to £6 million. So yeah, we did lose our star striker, but not to be undone yet. Don't worry. Alan Forrest as well, he's gone to Hamilton. So we got rid of quite a few first squad players. 6.25 million out, despite the majority of that coming from Shankland himself. This enabled us to bring in a couple of players in. Our first one was a freebie. He was at Celtic. He was let go. And 26-year-old Swedish centre-back. Looks pretty okay to me. If he was at Celtic, then he must have been pretty good. But we have got him and Binks and Soleil now at the back. So another strong showing, I feel. Sticking with the free theme, we bring in Antonio Gallo, left back. He did have some potential. Leons is on the right-hand side. We have got Penrith, who's had a very good season so far. But 26-year-old Gallo comes in. A little bit of a backup on that left-hand side. Again, pace and acceleration looks pretty good. He can cross the ball as well. Some of them stats are increasing also. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this buy. Because we lost Shanklands, we're bringing another free player. 26-year-old Robert Bosniak, Slovak striker, 15. I think he's better than Shankland, actually. So, him also alongside Dylan Arthur, who we'll get to in shortly. He's been playing quite a lot of the friendlies and he's been performing quite well. I was hoping him to go up about a star or two by now. He just needs that game time. I just don't think I want to risk him in the first team just yet. He's 17 years old. If he was a couple of years later, then possibly, and a 3-star, then yes, I would play with that potential. But I just think at the moment, if we had a longer than 5 seasons, then yeah, I would play him. But we're playing him in the friendlies. But Robert Bosniak, he comes in, 6 goals in 8 games already. I mean, he just looks superb, doesn't he, really? And the only money we did spend was $500,000 to West Ham for 26-year-old Andy Irvine. He comes back to Scotland to play in the midfield. We have got Ethan, Siler as well, Devlin. We've got quite a lot of good players now that can play in the centre. So I'm pretty happy with our midfield options. We've just got a few problems on the wings. And we could do with another decent centre-back. But for now, I think... we're doing pretty well. So we've not locked anybody in. We've just changed a couple of positions. We've just moved the 2 central midfielders around. One to a DRP now and one to a ball-winning midfielder on defence. And we've changed one of the positions to a central defender on stopper. So if I have a look at our best 11, it looks pretty good actually. Binks is still in the central defensive role. And as you can see, our 2 wingers, they're not the 2.5 stars at the moment. So they're going to be the next positions to improve. But to be perfectly honest, they're doing pretty well in this division. So if we can break up the monotony of the top 2, then we'll see what happens. And as I said, Dylan Arthur, plenty of potential. He's got good finishing. He's pretty quick and physical. But if we have a look at his development over all time, it's going up. Super. His finishing's gone up by 2 already. And everything else, I mean, it looks superb. His physicals have gone up as well by 2 and 3, and one of them's 4 strength. So he is 17 years old, so he's got still a long way to go. Just wish we had longer than 5 seasons. I would have loved to see how he does or develops later on. And once again, we have a beautiful sea of green, considering we've played a lot of games. Our friendlies were brilliant over the course of the month of July. Then we started our campaign in August with a 4-0 drubbing of Celtic. Irving, Vargas, an own goal by Carter Vickers and Shankland while he was still with us, getting the goals in that 4-0 smashing. I mean, that is a superb result. I mean, that is the highlight, really, I think, of the season already. St Johnstone went the same way with a 3-0 victory. Bosniak getting his first goal, Danda and Soleil. We played Dundee, smashed them at 2-0. Bosniak again getting on the score sheet. Aberdeen 4-0 smashing as well. Salah with a hat-trick, and then a 1-0 win over St Mirren with Vargas getting a late goal in there. The Europa League, we did get past Payok 5-4 over the 2 legs with a 3-2 home win thanks to a 2 goals in extra time from Bosniak and Danda. Superb. 2 late goals, in fact, at the end of each half as well, so that is pretty good. And I think there were some late goals against Celtic actually. If I may have a go back, we were 1-0 up after 7-7. Then Vargas scored in the 85th, an own goal in the 93rd and 96th minute by Shankland. So 4 late goals really against the tied Celtic side. The Europa League, we have been drawn against Zrinski, Botev Plovdiv, AZ, Lille, Villarreal, Rosenborg, Anderlecht and Braga. I'm wondering how I think Shankland's gone to 1 goal in 2 already. Well done to him. So no doubt we'll play against him this season. Got a very Small squad, actually. We're top of the table with Rangers, 5 for 5. Celtic 5 points behind. Again, we have a very good opportunity to disrupt the top 2. So hopefully that happen. The Europa League, we predicted 30th. But if we have a look at the teams in there, AC Milan, Atletico Madrid, Roma, Manchester United, Monaco, Feyenoord, Braga, Lille, PSV, even Wolfsburg are in there, Aston Villa, Anderlecht as well. Yeah, it's going to be another tough season in Europe, I feel. But if we can get past the knockout stages, I'd be pretty happy. And we've drawn Aberdeen in the quarterfinals of the Viaplay, of which we want to try and win back. And we're not in the Scottish Cup just yet. So let's delve into season 4. There we go, folks. We've only just gone and done it. Get in, boys. We've got Champions League football for next season. Wow. We've split them up, Celtic and Rangers. We're still some way off Celtic, but we are down to 17 points now. Coming down, but we had a horrendous last 4 games of the season, so that the gap could have been a lot closer than that, I feel. 50 goal difference, 79 goals scored, and we only conceded 29. The same as Rangers, in fact. Wow. That is a massive improvement on the side. Absolutely crazy. And we only lost 6 games, and they were 2. Well, we didn't lose to Celtic. Rangers we did lose to, but again, Ross County, Dundee United, Hibs and Kilmarnock. Them teams we should be beating if we're finishing in second position. So they've obviously cost us, but even that 17 points is still a large gap, but we finish ahead by 8 points over Rangers. Wow. Bosniak, 16 goals for the season, so he finishes 3rd. Sila, 3rd best player in the league as well. He also gets the most assists in the league, which is fantastic. Bento is getting ever closer. Joint top with Jack Butland of Rangers with top clean sheets as well. Competitions. Right, okay, let's start with the Viaplay first. We finish runners-up. We get all the way to the final and we lose to Kilmarnock. Come on, that's just not fair. It really isn't. We did win it a couple of seasons ago. We could have won it again. Oh, that's just not fair. It really isn't. The semi-finals, we beat Celtic 1-0. So we do the hard work. Well, saying that, Kilmarnock thrashed Rangers 3-0. So the old firm, we knocked them out in the semi-finals. Look at that, Aberdeen 6-0. Second round, 3-2 against Dundee. And I don't think we went to the group stages, did we? It's a runners-up, and we got runners-up in the league as well. So, and you can see there on the table, once we got to second spot, we didn't really give it up. We were top for a bit as well. The Scottish Cup, 5th round by Celtic, so they do get their own back on us, beating us 1-0. That's a shame. We could have gone on to win that. Did Celtic go on to win it? They did against Wraith, so the domestic double by Celtic. And the Europa League, we managed to get to the round of 16 this time. End of a 6-4 beating by Lille. 5-2. We did take a 2-1 lead to the second leg and then just got absolutely smashed. The playoff round, we beat Wolfsburg on penalties, and the league phase, wow, we finished 22nd. We seem to be struggling in Europe, though, it has to be said. Not very well at home, though. Roseburg, Botev and Zrinski we drew with Villarreal, but lost to Braga, Anderlecht, Lille and AZ. So we lost to Lille again. The final was won by AC Milan over Atletico Madrid. I think they were the top 2 seeds in that as well. Cup-wise, I'm disappointed again, but we did get to the final. Obviously not winning it, but yeah, disappointed not to win it. But the other competitions, we're getting there. Slowly but surely. But the league is more important, where we finish in second and we split the old firm up. Squad-wise, 26 goals for Bosniak. 26 and 1, 21 and 9 for Philippe. Well done him. 19 and 21, 40 goal contributions from Sila. Fantastic. And Vargas again, 11 and 7. Not brilliant. In fact, we're not getting as many assists this time round. Why is that? Leon's 11. Penrith, he did get 3 from 7 starts, which means Gallo 9. Okay, it's not too bad. Yeah, it seems to have dropped off considerably, I think. Dylan Arthur, did he play? He played 14 games. He did score 2 goals. Maybe not ready for the first team yet. I do think we may need to get another striker. But saying that, he'll be as good as a backup anyway, I think. I think there's other positions that we do need to get, like the wingers. We need to get them sorted. Although saying that, Philippe, phenomenal season. 21 goals. Even Ethan didn't get that many this time round. 9 and 3. Oda, 6 and 9. Yeah, that right-hand side, we seem to be struggling a little bit. So we may have to go out and get... right mid winger, I think, for that position. So next season, Champions League, or the qualifiers at least. Let's have a look how much money they're going to be giving us. Okay, £16 million. That's pretty handy. So to start off, our little spending spree, which to be perfectly honest, didn't go a long way after we renewed some contracts as well. So we begin with the free transfer. Brendan Aronson, central midfielder, can play out on the wing. Is quite versatile in the middle of the park as well. So brings some depth into the squad, which is pretty good for us. We have got probably better players in that position, but 26 years old, can be with us for a while, and yeah, it's just depth in the squad really for this one. From Ucas for £1 million, we bring in Lieberman Torres, central defender. Again, I said I wanted more backup at the back. We had only 3 central defenders. This makes number 4 now, so I think we're pretty covered. Looks pretty decent, 25 years old. And he had some very good previous seasons in Ecuador. And this one, Dan James, comes from Leeds, I think it was, £1 million. He was out on loan at Sunderland, and they only wanted £1 million for him. So, yes, please. He had a couple of good seasons. Not really doing an awful lot, but for us so far in Scotland, it seems to suit him down to a T. 4 assists in 3 games. And from LA Galaxy, by far our most expensive player that we've bought here at the club, I believe, £10.5 million. Winger Gabriel Peck, Brazilian, to play out on the wing. He's going to play on the right hand side. Dan James on the left hand side. And he started off pretty well as well. 2 goals, 4 assists. Can't ask for more than that. So tactically, we're going to step up the DM to a midfield now. Still on defence, but we're locking in Dan James. He probably has his first team place now anyway, which he does. Everybody else is in there as it was. Bings is still going strong in that central defensive role. Well done him. And I can't ask for a better start than we have done. Because we're in the Champions League, we had to start right at the very bottom of the qualifying. A lot of games played, so I'll have to sort this out. Played Victoria Pleasant. We've beaten them 4-3 over the 2 legs thanks to a 3-0 away victory. Feyenoord, we go on to win 4-3 as well thanks to a 2-0 win at home. And then Sporting, we beat 3-0. The Champions League, we've got Tottenham, Panathinaikos, Salzburg, Real Madrid, Real San Sebastian. We've got Basel, Porto and Arsenal. Now, if we come out of this in the group stage, I'll be absolutely amazed. The league, we played St Johnstone, we beat them 2-0. Dundee United 1-0. We drew Ross County, beat Celtic 2-1. Thanks to goals from Aronson and Devlin. And we just beaten Kilmarnock, who beat us in one of the cup finals last season, 3-1. And we're through to the next round of the Viaplay, which is the quarterfinals against Rangers after beating Kelty Hearts 3-0. A lot of games played there. It's going to be a long season, I feel. So currently we're lying in second spot, 2 points off Rangers, who are 5 for 5. Celtic are 5 points behind. So as we've seen in previous seasons, they've just come and stormed straight through. So let's see if we can get a good lead on them as well. The Champions League, yeah, we're predicted to finish bottom of that, so say no more. So if we get into qualifying, that's a pretty good season. And like I said, we've drawn Rangers in the next round of the Viaplay. So let's get on to our final season. Let's see if we can maintain our second spot in the league and maybe go for the win. Get in the boys. We've finished top of the table. We've split the 2 up. Well, technically we have-ish. We've finished above them both, but they're both second and third. So technically we haven't split them up, but we have overtaken them both, which is phenomenal stuff. And look at the points, 89 points each. In fact, we've had a horrendous last 5 games where we could have thrown it away. Goodness me, what on earth has happened there? 3 losses, 2 draws in the final 5 games. And still we only conceded 19 goals, scoring 80. That's incredible. And 61 goal difference. That's amazing. 27 wins, only 3 losses. I'm not sure who they were lost to, but I don't care. Celtic having lost 8 games. We beat them twice. Rangers, we beat them twice as well. Goodness me, what a season. Sala and Bosnek finish second and third in the top goal scorers. Danilo of Rangers, 32 goals. That's an awful lot. James and Sila, best players in the league, and James, 22 assists this season in the league. That's brilliant. In fact, Dan James gets the one of the most player of the match awards, and Bento gets the Golden Glove as well. And we have Gallo, Lyons and Binks in the most yellow cards as well. That's mad. Competitions, round of 16. We got to round of 16 of the Champions League. Wow. Losing only just 3-0 to Man City. I mean, we lost both legs, but it's expected. But we made it to the round of 16 knockout round. Wow. We played Celtic as well. 2-1 over the two legs. The league phase, we qualified in 22nd position, winning 3 games actually. Basel, Salzburg and Panathinaikos. We drew with Spurs 4-4. Wow. And Arsenal, Porto, Real San Sebastian and Real Madrid beating us, which is probably expected as well, to be fair. But that's another phenomenal run in Europe. The Scottish Cup, we got as far as the 5th round, losing on penalties to St Mirren. I'm not going to lie, I'm really disappointed with that. Really am. We should be beating St Mirren. And the Viaplay, we got as far as the semi-finals, losing on penalties to St Johnstone as Aberdeen beat Celtic on penalties. Who did win that one in the end? I was expecting to win that one, but Aberdeen take it from St Johnstone 3-1. Squad-wise, I'm looking forward to this. 30 goals from Besnick. We've got 26 and 9 for Salah. Dan James, 17 and 22. Wow, 39 goal contributions. That's amazing. Peck, 8 and 10. Solé gets 7 goals. Our defender got 7 goals. Wow. 13 assists here for Ethan. Wingbacks. Did our wingbacks not play? We've got Dylan Arthur here, 4 goals in 2 starts. Gallo, 2 and 3. That's rubbish. And Leon's on our right-hand side, 6. Wow, that's really, really bad. We've lost a goalkeeper. Belcom, 21 and 24. So what happened to Bento? And Bento goes to Al Jazeera. 16 million. We lost our goalkeeper. That's just... Oh, I tell you what, I'm expecting a lot of money this for this window, for the next one. But that's incredible. And still to go through with the one goalkeeper and go ahead and win it. Still amazing all the same. We could have gone all the way if we had our first team goalkeeper. That's mad. But other than that, I think we've done really, really well. I mean, the side we've put together is fantastic. It really is. Staffing wise, wow, look at that across the board. That is brilliant. Finances, 20 million they're giving us this time round. As always, let's have a look at the records, see if we did break any. I'm sure we've broken the highest transfer fee paid. We have 10.5 million for Peck and Bento, yeah. 16 million. Highest league position, well, it's going to be first again. We've not really broken any records here at all, have we? Highest gate receipts, 595 against Victoria Pleasant in the Champions League. Qualifies. Did we not get anything in the group stages of the Champions League? Really? That really does amaze me. In fact, we didn't break any records there. None there. Good grief. Highest average rating, Oda, 7.2. Incredible. Oldest players, Craig Gordon, 41 years old. Fastest goal, 45 seconds for Boateng against Austria Vienna in the Europa Conference League. Most assists by player, Penrith, 23. 24 clean sheets from Bento. Spittle, 8 Player of the Match awards. Sequences, nothing there either. Well, we didn't break that many. I'm very shocked that we didn't do that, but we did win some trophies. We clinched our first title in 68 years. Scottish Cup, we didn't manage to do that, but the Viaplay, we did win that. Again, another 60 years. 61 years, I think, in that one. Is it? 40, 61, maybe? Well, 2 trophies all the same, and it's taken us 5 years to lift that trophy once again in this rebuild. Always a good sign when we go and win it right at the very last. It's worth waiting for to see if we can do it, but that is a phenomenal finish to this rebuild. I'm just disappointed we didn't win our last 5 games. Wow, a torrid last 5 games. In fact, Celtic beating us. We drew Kilmarnock, Motherwell, Rangers and Hibs beating us as well. So we nearly threw it away. 4 games there, 1-0 wins. But yeah, since we lost our goalkeeper, we did struggle goals. We didn't concede many, but scoring goals was an issue. But thankfully, all them losses coming in the last stages of the league. In fact, we were unbeaten up until that point. If you enjoyed that, please smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Let me know down in the comments who you would like to see rebuilt next, since now we have the delay of FM25 till next year now, so there's going to be a lot more rebuilds on this updated database. In fact, they might do another update, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and until the next rebuild, thank you.